Gremlins 2, The New Batch, is a really fun film. This got off to a rather slow start and I didn't think I'd end up enjoying it, but after maybe 20 minutes or so, I really started to fall in love with this. It's really good fun, and I think the main reason for that, for me at least, is the design of the Gremlins. They just look amazing. This is the 1990 film directed by Joe Dante and Chuck Jones. It's written by Charles S. Haas, with a great cast, including Zach Galligan, Phoebe Cates, Howie Mandel voices Gizmo, we have Tony Randall and Christopher Lee, really solid cast. And then, of course, we have the cast of Gremlins, which look amazing. And as I said, it was a little slow to begin with, but once the Gremlins came along, it started to be quite fun, which sounds like a really obvious thing to say, but I guess my point there is that the setting up was a lot slower than I would have liked, and the film is about an hour and 40 minutes, so I think we absolutely could have tightened up that beginning without really losing any time. And there won't be any spoilers in this discussion for this film, but obviously as I explain what the premise is, it might spoil things in the previous film, so that's just worth bearing in mind. But I would say if you haven't seen the first film, definitely watch that first. Gizmo is actually now in this building where he is about to be used in a lab, and he manages to get free, and Billy just coincidentally happens to be in the same building, and he puts Gizmo in his drawer, in his desk drawer, with the plan, of course, of bringing him home and rescuing him and saving him. Unfortunately, Gizmo is unsupervised at one point, and he gets wet. I won't say how, I won't say exactly what happens, but it makes sense. It doesn't feel too forced or anything like that. And of course, one of the rules is you're not allowed to get the gremlins wet. And he produces more gremlins, and then things just escalate from there, and they basically take control of this building, and it becomes really chaotic and really good fun. And for me, absolutely the delight. It's just the appearance of the gremlins. They look absolutely amazing. Of course, Gizmo looks so cute. The other ones are a little bit more sinister. There's one in particular that looks really terrifying and rather menacing, and I really enjoyed it. I like the fact that they all look slightly different as well. It definitely makes it a little bit more interesting than if they all looked the same, but I don't think it would have affected my enjoyment too much if they looked the same, but I thought it worked really well. And I don't want to say any more than that, really. I don't want to give away any more of the narrative, because of course the big question is, will they take over the building, will they take over the city, or will somebody manage to rein them in? I'm not going to say it, but I genuinely didn't know if or how they would resolve this problem. I was of course very keen to find out, but I won't give anything else away with that. But I definitely enjoyed it. As I said, slow start to begin with, absolutely. But once it got going, I had a lot of fun with this. If you've seen the first film and you liked it, then I definitely recommend this one. If you didn't like the first film, I'd say this one's probably not worth watching, but it does have a bit of a different feel to it. It does feel like it's on a grander scale. So maybe it's worth watching if you were kind of on the fence about the first one. But if you don't care for the first one or the characters or anything like that, then yeah, I'd say it probably not worth watching, but if you did enjoy the first one, then absolutely Gremlins 2 is worth watching. Slow start, but otherwise, I was pretty impressed with it.